Remember that King's Rock I got last video? Well, I'm actually gonna put it to use, as I said before. I'm gonna give it to Crobat. What it's gonna do is that it's going to add an 11.7% to flinch. Yeah, very precise figure. I wonder where they got that one. But yeah, 11.7% chance of flinching on any move that doesn't already have a secondary effect. So that means a wing attack and U-turn will both have an 11.7% chance to flinch. Now, I don't think that the U-turn switching counts as a special effect, like, for example, Thunderbolt's Paralysis, for example. But anyway, if you're wondering why moves that don't flinch do all of a sudden, then you have your explanation. It's because of the King's Rock. And believe me, I'm gonna get asked that a lot from people who don't watch all the videos of my LP and just join in at like episode 40 happens. A lot, actually. A lot of people don't start watching LPs from the beginning, which never really made much sense to me. Anyway, as far as what I'm doing now, I'm back in the Union Cave, because there's still one area that we haven't checked out yet. Remember, the first time I was here, I was talking about an area that had changed places between Gold, Silver, Crystal, and now, well, it's all the way back down there, and there was a pond that we needed to surf across to gain access to the remainder of the cave, which leads to 2 extra rooms in the Ruins of Alph. So we're gonna do that right now. As for what I said in the last video about Pikachu, I've had a lot of responses regarding that. Some people agreed that it was sort of a shame that Pikachu was the mascot of Pokemon because it could turn some people off, and those people would probably be more hooked had something cooler been the mascot. Yet others think that using cute Pokemon as the mascot of the franchise actually helps market the game towards kids. Personally, I'm not too sure on that, because I feel that kids generally look up to what other kids find cool and basically copy those opinions. So if older kids think cool Pokemon are the best instead of cute, then younger kids are going to emulate them and think, oh my god, that Pokemon looks badass, I want one, instead of, oh my god, super kawaii, I need one of these now! Well, that's what I believe, at least. I know I'm gonna get people who disagree on that, and guess what? It's your right to disagree. And XD-Fan here, how did I not get this on my first time through here? I'm gonna have to rewatch the footage, because I came down here when I first came into the Union Cave. You saw me come down here to check if there are any items down there, and how did I not get that item? I don't understand. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Personally, from my own experience, initially I had no interest in Pokemon whatsoever because of the emphasis on sickeningly cute Pokemon. And it might have stayed that way forever had it not been for one of my brother's friends who introduced us to Pokemon, and we've been hooked ever since. So basically, we could have been this close to never getting those LPs because Pokemon is too cutesy for my liking. I'm telling you, I never would have tried it out on my own had it not been for that guy. So, yeah, it's why, in my opinion, cute Pokemon really shouldn't be as over-marketed as they are. But then again, even though it's from personal experience, and I don't know if any of you are like that, if they used to be turned off by Pokemon because cute Pokemon were all the rage, but at least that was the case for me. Oh, and just one last thing. Guess which Pokemon you start out with in Pokemon Rumble 2? A fucking Pikachu! I just had to complain. I just had to open my mouth, and Lady Luck serves me a heap of, oh, you don't like Pikachu? Well, here, I'm gonna have it be the starter in the game for the first time since Pokemon Yellow. As I said before, I thought they were over Pikachu, but I guess not, and that's yet another case of me getting my hopes too high. Oh, by the way, a question that I've been intending to ask you guys for a while, and I guess the timing is perfect since I just mentioned that I started playing Pokemon because I saw someone else play it. Do you guys have any games that you started playing because someone else LP'd them, or you saw them play them on the internet? Personally, I played the Mega Man series, the classic Mega Man series, after watching the Mega Man Marathon from the Speed Gamers back in 2009. I also bought a copy of Pikmin on eBay after I saw Chugga's LP of it. Well, more like I got the idea of buying it partway through his Pikmin 2 LP, but whatever, I guess that counts as well. And, by the way, just gonna interrupt that train of thought here. No, that's not the intersection I was thinking of, because there's an intersection down there, and if you go left, you go to one part of the Ruins of Alph, whereas if you go up, then you go to another. But I guess that intersection is a little bit further up the road. But back to what I was saying, now I'm trying to look for a Pikmin 2 copy, which is going to be a pain in the ass, because I looked the game up on eBay, and it's horrifyingly overpriced. Like, if you want a new copy, it's at least $130. $130 for a new game. That should give you an idea of how much a used copy could be worth. There's one that's being auctioned right now. It's in very good condition, and right now it's going for $30, but there are still several more days left of the auction, so could still go way, way up. So wish me luck, because seems like I'm going to have a hard time getting a hold of that game. But on to a completely different subject. I have shown you guys a couple of Pokemon reviews in the past that would make your blood boil. But someone posted a link to one, I think it was on Fire Monkey Technology, and this is not a review, it's more of an article about how, it's a sort of fan-wanking and wishing for a Pokemon MMO, but if you read that article, the person who wrote it, as just a reminder, by the way, this is the intersection I was talking about. I'm going to head up first and then down when I come back here later. But yeah, the person who wrote this seems to entirely miss the point of Pokemon. Of course, the story element gets trashed, which is sort of understandable, because Pokemon's always been about the gameplay, not the story, and unless you grew up with stuff like Metal Gear Solid, where story is far more important than it has any right to be in a video game, this shouldn't be a problem. However, the author also decided to trash the gameplay, saying that it's too simplistic. So I'm convinced that we're talking about a person. I don't know if it's a he or a she, probably a he, but whatever. We're talking about someone who picked up some random Pokemon game, played it for 5 minutes, didn't like it because it was too simplistic, quote-unquote, and just threw it away. Way to fucking miss what Pokemon is all about. Pokemon, if you bother actually learning to play it, it has an amazingly complex gameplay element to it. As, by the way, that grass you just saw down there, you can find Natu and Smeargle there, and I believe that this is the only place where you can find those two. But yeah, the entire point of this article is to bitch and moan that Pokemon in its current state should not exist, because the gameplay is too simplistic, the story sucks, the graphics suck, the music sucks, everything sucks about Pokemon, and the only thing that could possibly redeem it is an MMO. So, yeah. Usually I'm all for freedom of speech, but seriously, this was just a horrible article in general. I'm going to throw you a link in the movie description, so You can look at it too. It's probably going to bring your piss to a boil, though, so I suggest you be careful when reading it. Phone! Sorry about that. I'll be right back. Okay, so now that this is out of the way, okay, which one is this? Is this... Oh, I need Who in my party to open this vault. Well, we're coming back here later. And the puzzle, which is about Who as well. Okay, let me think about that for a second. So, this goes there. This looks like the feet. I don't know if they're actually called feet. I'm no expert on birds, but whatever. Okay, this looks like it goes here. By the way, yeah, we're not going to that vault until very late in the game because we need Who to get there. Okay, that piece is weird. Maybe this way? Okay, I think that fits, but what's the problem now? Okay, yeah, those two pieces are sort of similar. Maybe that's it. Alright! I thought for sure I'd spend a lot more time than this on that puzzle, because it's easily the hardest one of the four, but it lasted about as long as a reality TV couple instead. And what? This guy again? God, this guy is honestly about as bad as Scott from Emerald at this point. Maybe Cameron and Scott should hook up sometimes and share some child trapping schemes or something, because they are both very close on the creepy scale. So while we're here, we can do yet another puzzle right now. And this is okay. So yeah, I always seem to forget about these little cabins there for some reason. No, there's no way to go over there. Okay, well, fine then. Okay, so this vault needs light. Oh yeah, I need to use flash for this one. So this is the second vault that we can access. Another one we need Who in our party, which is only going to be obtained near the end of the game. And for the last one, we're going to need a water stone, I believe, which is obtained even later, unless I get lucky with the phone calls. I could do the Pokethlon, I guess, but I get a water stone for free in the Seafoam Islands anyway, which is, as I said, very, very late in the game, so I guess we're gonna take care of that then. So, okay, we got some more unknown scriptures here. Our clan created Pokemon statue outside. It's close to what was written here in Crystal, but not perfectly identical. Okay, I'm just gonna get out of here and I'll see you back at the puzzle. Okay, puzzle number 3. It's Aerodactyl. So, this one ought to be easier than Who, which, as I said before, I expected it to take a few minutes, but apparently I really dominated there. So, okay. This, whoa, I saw it. I saw what I was supposed to do. Okay, so this should go, yeah, that way, and this is the corner. Usually you should start with the corners, but, okay, that was it. So, I was sort of wondering what I could have done wrong, but then I realized that the foot wasn't in a perfect position. So, I guess now is a good time to end things off here. I'm gonna see you guys at the intersection in the Union Cave that I was talking about earlier, and no random battles on the way out. Sweet! Well, okay, see you then!